We're live.
Hi.
Hey guys, Jennifer Hansen. As you noticed, Brian's not here, or he got a serious makeover and looks so much better. Sorry, Brian. Oh, shout out to Brian, by the way. This is my friend Pam Tesseri. We used to work together at the Bradenton Herald. Before I let her tell a little bit about herself, I want to say hi to all the guys at the fire department with Brian today.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for what you guys do.
Yes.
Seriously. Oh, and we're on Manatee Avenue, so if you happen to hear sirens, just say a little prayer. Just bear with us. Also, we're going to be looking at notes. So go ahead, Pam, tell a little bit about yourself.
So Jen and Brian, thank you so much for having me on as your first guest. I'm honored.
That's right. First guest.
I know. Woohoo. And I get to talk about email marketing. So I'm super excited about that. A little bit about me. I do work at the Bradenton Herald, like Jen said, and shout out to everybody at the Bradenton Herald and all of McClatchy. And,
Hi,
we are essential. We're out there. We're helping everybody. So shout out to everybody there. It's difficult times and we're all doing our part to help.
That's right. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to talk about acquisition email marketing, and we do have a presentation that we're going to share. And after the live stream is over, if you want a copy of the presentation, just let us know. We'll be happy to send you one. We'll probably be posting it in the For Real Marketing That Works group also, so you'll be able to download it. So we're going to get into the presentation because Pam did an awesome one. And when you see it, it's going to make you feel like relaxed.
That was the plan. So yay. The beach. Email marketing is like relaxing on the beach.
It is kind of.
It is. I love it.
And sometimes you get customers from it. So
that's right.
The difference is, you guys all probably, if you're in business, you probably send out an email newsletter. I would say most people do. So this is a little bit different. This is going to be targeting people that aren't familiar with you. So we're going to get right into it and let Pam talk about what's the difference between acquisition and retention email marketing.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. So again, like Jen mentioned, a lot of people, a lot of businesses, they send out their own emails. They have their own email group. Right now more than ever, it's a great time to get out relevant information, resources, tips, so much vital information right now. So, retention is basically just keeping connected with the people that are already your customers or already on your email list. The difference with acquisition is that's to reach new people, right? So right now, it's so important more than ever to reach everybody, as many people as possible with vital, important resources, information, educating the community. If you have maybe a special going on that you want to let them know about.
Or, hey, we're open.
That's right. Or we're opening up soon, and here's what we're going to do to make it safe for you to come into our business. That's really important right now. So a lot of things, to get messages out there right now. So acquisition is reaching new people. Retention is keeping connected with the people that you already email, probably on a weekly, maybe daily basis.
Yep. And it looks like 70% or 73% of millennials identify email marketing as their preferred means of business communication. So
that's true. And, statistics like that, at McClatchy, we are all about data and research and how we can utilize that to best help your business. Because, a lot of people don't associate millennials with using email marketing as maybe one of their main, avenues. So
I'm glad that you put that in there.
You're welcome. Just
because really, most people don't. And just like people think that if you're over 55 or 65, you're not on Facebook. False. That's fake news. So
fake news.
We're going to go ahead and talk about the next topic, which is going to be composing the email.
Sure.
And what your subject line should be. So when we talk about the acquisition part and how you're going to reach those people that aren't familiar with you, we're going to get into exactly how you do that too and where these people are coming from. But best practices on composing an email, it's going to be like a work of art. So we want to make sure that it's going to be grabbing people's attention. Yep. And I think on the last live stream, we talked a little bit about above the fold. So we talked about how that was a newspaper term.
That's right. You did. And I did watch your last one and it was good.
You can't admit that.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you did. You did watch it?
I did watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I said I did.
Good. So same thing with email. So you want the most important stuff to be up above before people have to use their fingers and do all that work to scroll.
Sure.
So I'll let Pam talk about some best practices for composing the email because the subject line is that's an impression that you're making on somebody before they even decide if they want to open your email.
Yeah.
So it's a cool thing to be able to craft that appropriately. And we have some best practices for you.
We do. There are definitely good do's and don'ts. But before we even talk about that, one thing I love about email marketing is that it's so good for branding and keeping your business top of mind.
Yes.
But it's also good for call to action, right? So there's
yeah.
always different campaigns that you're doing. And I just love email marketing because it accomplishes so many goals all in one solution.
Yeah.
Right?
And you can grab that
That's
customer to put them on your retention email list for future use.
Yep.
And then you've got an even
Bigger
better
database.
because you've
That's
got
right.
a bigger list that you can choose from.
That's right.
And if you do have quite a large list and you want to make sure you're reaching new people, you can dedupe against your email list.
Yep.
So if you said, you know what, Jen, Pam, yes, I want to send an acquisition email marketing campaign, but I have 25,000 people on my email list.
That's right.
And
Provide
I'm in
us
this
the
area.
list and we'll make sure that we don't send it to those same people because, they need a different message. That's your retention message. And we want to send your new message out to new people.
Yep.
So we
Super
do that.
important.
That's right. So again, one thing I love with the branding is if we send out 50,000 emails, 50,000 people, regardless if they open it or not, they're going to see your business name and you're going to be top of mind right in front of them right now. So check on the branding, right? Done.
Yep.
As far as call to action, now that's where the subject line is really important because you have about 3 seconds for them to look at that. See that it's coming from a reputable local business. So it's already going to make them want to open it more than if it was from somebody they don't know and trust.
So if they hire you or our agency and you send it for them, it's not going to say it's coming from you. It's going to say it's coming from the business.
Correct. So for example, we're downtown. It would say it's coming from Manatee Memorial Hospital, for example. Right. So that's a good example. And you have a few seconds while they're going through their email to see, okay, this is from so-and-so. Do I want to open it? Am I enticed to open it? And that's where the subject line, it's either going to entice them to open it or it's going to maybe put them off if that's where we get into the don't, right? You don't want to use all caps. You don't want to use cheesy subject lines.
Right.
You want to use relevant. Make sure that whatever you're saying in the subject line is exactly relevant with what you're putting in the email.
Don't be spammy, right?
Right. Don't be spammy, which is like free and, open now and whatever.
All
things
those,
like that are going to be a trigger.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of punctuation and words that are like, do not over here. So this is a lot of really good information that a lot of people in the marketing industry have spent time putting together for you best practices from across the entire industry. So thank you for putting this together again,
You're
by
welcome.
the way. That was really nice. It looks great too.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. And there's a lot of information here, but
I think
the
first one, lose weight while you sleep. I would open that one.
I would too.
Yes.
And it's relevant to me right now because,
I think it might be
from
relevant to the entire globe.
I think so.
Possibly.
And who wouldn't want to lose weight while you sleep? So I'm going to have to find that email for sure.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there.
So crafting it appropriately, having the right subject line is really important because this is going to be like an introduction to some people that might not be familiar with you at all. So having it professionally done is also a great idea. And that's a service that Bradenton Herald McClatchy provides.
We do.
When you run an email marketing campaign and you want to have it where it looks great and you don't have any graphic design skills and you don't want to pay a graphic designer, they can help you.
We do. And there's never an extra charge for that either. So happy to help with all of that. And we know kind of the best formats, large images, just depending. And again, it depends. Are you educating the community about something or do you have a special offer? You know? So, depending on what your content is going to depend on what you're trying to accomplish. And that's the types of things that we would discuss so we would know what to create for you.
And right now, seeing how things are getting ready to start opening back up again, it is a really good idea to reach out to us and start having this crafted now because there is a turnaround time with getting this together. So having it kind of like loaded for bear, I guess they say, is that a thing? Having it ready to go is a really good idea right now. If this is something that you think you might be interested in to market your business, let people know you're open or when you plan to open and what steps you're going to take, like Pam said, to keep the community safe. So this is a great way to really get your message out there for people.
Well, and also, like I said, we do a lot of data and research in the background to help our businesses. And that's something that we just, saw the other day, statistics on how more people would be open to going to a business right now. If you explain, yes, I'm open, and here's what we're doing to keep our customers safe or patients safe.
Yes.
It's really important to let people know that right now more than ever. And the majority of them are good with, stepping out of the home and kind of, again, in phases, going back out into the public.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
Let people know your plan. Make them feel good about it.
Yep.
So now we're going to go on to the next one, I think.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we want to talk about double opt-in. What is it? So when you say, oh, you're sending out an email to a whole bunch of people and I don't have their email addresses, how are you getting those email addresses? And I'm sure that you guys out there, business owners, people out there know what buying a list is. So you can buy a list, but this is a little bit different. This is sort of like renting a list. But tell us how we get all these people that are interested, because you can say, hey, Pam, I want to send this to people with a household income over $100,000. And their home is older than 10 years old, and maybe they sell air conditioning systems or something, and they want to target that specific demographic. Right. Well, you can.
So that's a great segue into a couple things, actually. So that's a great segue into how we get our list, because it's people who have signed up that say, I'm in this geographical area, and, maybe even I'm this old, this is how much I make, and this is what I'm interested in. Please send me more information about it. And we don't just, one time isn't enough. So that's why we call it double opt-in. They had to have at least had a couple different times where they said, yes, please send me more information. So, that's why, we are spam compliant. We get less emails that go into people's spam or junk mail folders, because, it's people who have asked, please send me this information.
Yes.
And we use high quality lists, and also we're going to go into spam less, because with those do's and don'ts, right? The best practices. So again, that brings us back to knowing what to recommend to you to put in that subject line so that you're less likely to go into someone's spam. And then as far as targeting, lots of targeting capabilities. So what I love also, let's just keep using the 50,000 because I'm not the best at math, but let's
me too.
Yeah. So awesome. High five on that one.
All right. Is that 5? It is 5.
Yes.
Okay,
so let's just say 50,000 emails you send out. And you want to reach somebody like you were mentioning. I want to reach somebody who's 35 years old, who owns their own home, and who has an income of 100,000 plus. Then we go to our database and we say, okay, how many people match this criteria? Let's say it's 10,000. Right. You're going to get that extremely targeted 10,000 people. Mm-hmm. And then we can say, okay, now we have 40,000 more. Let's just remove the income. Now let's reach 35,000, people 35 years old in Manatee County, for example, and let's see what we got now, right? So now we have another 30,000. For the last 10,000, let's just reach people in Manatee County. So what's happening is you're getting really targeted with who this is what my typical patient or my typical customer looks like. So let's reach out to other people who kind of mimic that, right? So that is less waste. You're reaching people who would potentially be interested in your product or service. It's not the spray and pray.
That's right. Of advertising. That's right. It's very targeted.
It is. And then you're getting a little less targeted, which is okay because people that make under 100,000 a year may still be a good potential new customer for you. Yeah. And then you're saying, let's just spray it everywhere. Yeah. And let's reach out to everyone, because you're going to also reach people in that targeted area who are also going to be potentially good customers for you.
It's great because you have all this data that somebody else has worked really hard to collect for you. Mm-hmm. And then you're able to send a very targeted, very well thought out email message to these people to get them to join your list. There's a lot of things that you can do in that email to get them to join your retention list. Yeah. You can have multiple links in the email.
Yes.
You'll get a report, right?
Yes.
After the fact that shows like how many times people clicked and on what links they clicked.
Yeah, we're actually going to tell you how many people opened up your email and how many people clicked. And if you have multiple links, we're going to tell you this many people clicked on this link and went to this page, and this many people clicked on this link and went to this page. So extremely helpful reporting.
Yes.
And that helps you for future campaigns so that you can use that data to say, okay, this messaging is what engaged people most, but this one actually got the most opens. Let's kind of merge and let's optimize the next campaign to make it the best.
So that's like A/B testing.
It is. A/B testing is a recommendation as well.
That's a really good thing to
do.
And
A/B testing, if people don't know what that is, it means you're going to send out 2 emails and you're going to have different, subject lines, different messaging, and see which one got the most opens, which one got the most clicks. So you're just testing against a couple different messages. I know but
I know.
Yeah.
But we're here to tell everybody. And this is what I try to say is, Pam's the expert. I'm the expert. Brian's the expert. We're all experts in different things.
Yeah.
But we've been doing this for a long time. And this is our job. So while you're running your business, our job is to learn how to market it. So please ask. I love questions.
Yes.
I want people to ask questions. I want you guys to let us know what topics you want to see in the future. Pam does a lot of stuff.
I do.
She's probably going to be back.
We're actually a full digital agency, just throwing that out there. So, with McClatchy, we have a full digital agency. We have experts. We base everything on research and data.
And they work with agencies.
We do work with agencies, and I work with my friend Jen. And Brian.
Yes.
Again, shout out to Brian.
Shout out
and
to
all
Brian.
The firefighters. Love you guys. Thank you.
Okay.
So really, just back to the results, though. A lot of people send out the retention emails and they send them out all the time, but they're not paying attention to, how many, they're not looking at their analytics to see how many people opened it. What was the most engaging? And we, put a big emphasis on that. Analytics. So, and our results through our company is actually higher than the industry average. So just for example, yes, it's in here. So the industry average open rates for email acquisition is about 8 to 12%. Our average open rates is about 12 to 25%. And again, that's going to vary because sometimes you're talking about plastic surgery, right? And sometimes you're talking about deals on a pizza. So it's obviously going to have different open rates based on, the different messaging and different
If you open too many deals on the pizza, then you need to open the plastic surgery email.
Well,
that's a whole other subject.
We'll work on that because that's good. Okay.
So I love that you've got
the
click-through rates here because we even talk about the fact that if somebody doesn't open the email, or if they do, what can you do? Can you resend to people?
Sure. So we have what we call like redeployment and, kind of retargeting based on if somebody does open it, if they do click through. So we can say, okay, we want to reach the people again who opened our email. So then we say, okay, about 5 business days later from the original email, let's go ahead and send that one out again.
I love that.
Yeah. And then you're getting people who are obviously more interested
because they opened it, but they didn't click any links. Right. So now let's retarget the openers. Right. And then you've got that. And that's a lesser cost than the initial deployment. Is that right?
It is a less cost. And right now we're actually running a promotion that is $700 for 2 emails, 35,000 each, so 70,000 emails.
Whoa,
and we will
that's like 50% off.
It is 50% off. And it's actually, we will resend each original email out to everyone who opened it, just like we just talked about. So much value. And it's our way to try to help get, like I said, all the important resources, messages, specials, reopening, just all of that to the public right now.
Okay. So I want to just repeat what you said. So you can send out, and the minimum is 10,000 emails, right? We have to have at least 10,000 people that match the criteria, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if we can send out 35,000 emails twice, is it the same email?
So it can be the same email or you can make it different emails. So right now I would make it different probably because then you can reach 70,000 new people.
That's awesome.
And then we will retarget again, everybody who opened that original email.
Is that an extra fee?
And it's all for $700. And we do the creative for you if you need that service. So
that is
super excited about it because again, email marketing is just one of my passions. Obviously, I love talking.
I
about it.
love email marketing.
Me too.
It was one of my favorite things to sell always.
Yeah.
So it's a great solution for people because it's so targeted and you can plan for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like having something ready to go is such a good idea, especially right now. So please reach out to Pam or myself. Anybody at Deckard and Company or Bradenton Herald can help you. Just make sure that you ask for Pam and see what all the other details are. We'll be able to pull counts for you and send you the, these are how many people, by zip code, even if you want.
Yeah. Again, we have a lot of
available,
targeting
so-
capabilities, and I will somehow, if let me know, I can add that to the presentation or before we send it out.
Yeah,
or,
sure.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'll add the targeting capabilities. There are so many you wouldn't even know. I mean, we have, over 140 targets, but we can get really, really targeted, and there's pretty much, not much we can't do. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So we didn't have a lot of questions. We didn't have questions come in through our regular method because I think a lot of people maybe just didn't know what types of questions to ask about email marketing, especially acquisition email marketing. So I wanted to put up a question here. So actually a comment. Let's see here. Brian says, I'm going to find one that's funny. He says, I do look better. That's a false. Let me say
that's
no.
fake news.
Fake news, Brian. And then, here's a good question Brian had. What are some other ways that you can build your email list? Oh my goodness. There's so many countless ways to do that. But a lead magnet is a good idea. Having a pop up on your website that says, for example, we could do this, Brian. Hello. We could totally do this.
Yeah.
With this presentation.
Yeah.
But you're going to
So
be
that's
able to,
happening.
That's happening. No, you're going to be able to get the presentation without signing up for our email list. But that's something you can do where you say, you know what, here's some valuable information for you. And it's for free. I'm not asking for anything except for your email so that I can keep you up to date on my other interesting stuff. Since you like this one interesting thing, you're probably going to like the other things. So that's a lead magnet. And that's another way you can really build your email list because email marketing is extremely important and very, very crucial to your business. It's not dead, just like SEO is not dead. That's also fake news.
And also form fills.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people will have the email click through to form fills so that people can, some people are more comfortable just filling out their information and saying, okay, here you go.
Yep.
Rather than making a phone call right
or
then, or
downloading
before they're
something.
going to stop into your, store or your, or need your services. So
Yep.
those are a couple good ways. Thanks for the question, Brian.
Yes. So I'm going to go back to full screen mode now. And if you guys have any other questions or comments at all, please let us know because we're able to take your questions and comments. But if you have any other topics that you'd like to see, you can also put those in the comments or you can shoot me an email or you can put it in any number of different platforms because I think
you'll have a pop-up.
Maybe. We do need to have the pop-up, Brian. We need to have the pop-up that says topics, ask you for topics. But if there's something else that you guys have questions on as far as email marketing is concerned, please pop in and let us know.
Yeah, what'd he say?
And I do look good in that hat.
Yes, you do.
And
that
so
is not
modest.
fake news. You do.
So modest. Oh, is anybody else seeing that I'm frozen? Because I got a message that we were kind of freezing up a little bit. Is everything looking good? I think that's the only one. Oh, here's one that says, wait, no, not that one. Damn pop-ups. That was Brian. Helpful info. So that's a Facebook user, and I don't know who it is because they didn't sign up with StreamYard. I just did it this morning.
Oh, okay.
And it's like you just go on and it says allow StreamYard your Facebook information, blah, blah, blah.
But I love,
and then
I'm so happy to hear that it's
your little name right
information.
here. But I'm so glad that people are finding it
Not
helpful.
frozen. Another user, maybe the same
Oh,
one.
good. Good, not frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys don't have any more,
there's one.
do we have a question?
Is that?
Oh, there's Dr. Robin.
All right.
Hi, Dr. Robin. So she said, let us know what next week's topic will be so she can promote it on SWAT. So I think that Brian and I were just talking about this. And I think we might go more in depth into search engine marketing. We're not sure yet. Or
That's a
search
good one,
engine
too.
optimization. We went over time last time, and I feel like that we had a lot of questions. So, but I would love to hear from the SWAT sisters. I mean, do you girls have a topic that you'd like for us to cover? Because we would totally be happy to do that. And we'd even be happy to do a specific educational live stream for all the SWAT sisters or any other organization. So,
And we have another question.
oh, here we go.
I love questions. Thank you.
Vicky Voss, she asks, can you give give an example of a good subject line for a church?
So we can, and again, it would depend on what you're trying to accomplish. So if you want people to watch your Facebook Live, if that's what your church is doing, you could say, watch us live on Sunday at this time. So again, it really depends. If it's a certain holiday, you could promote, certain things that way. So that's a further discussion, just because it depends on what you want to promote and what you're trying to accomplish.
So many, what am I trying to say? Case studies?
Yeah.
There's a bazillion case studies. So
what's nice is we actually can go back, and if you're like, I don't know what I want to promote, Pam, you help me decide on what is trending now, what's helping churches get more, viewers on their Facebook Live. Then we'll go back and we'll research that, and we'll find out, what kind of subject lines are working best. And then we'll get back to you, Vicky Voss.
Who is my mom. And I
thought it was.
I'm sitting up straight this time.
Oh, me too.
So
I am now.
I paid attention.
I might not have been. I don't know.
So we're going to go ahead and end the live stream now. So please let us know if you have any other further questions. We'll try to answer them on whatever platform you're asking them on. But thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
This was fun.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.